made up that story. If under pressure, a woman nursing an animal. The following story I could not make up, and it comes from the home of absurdity, Germany. German euthanasia clinics refusing unvaccinated customers. That was the proper sound effect, I must say. That's right, my dear friends. You can kill yourself in Germany, but not if you're unvaccinated. I want you to know that my engineer was just about to take a sip from a cup when he heard that, and that prevented his drinking anything from the cup because he's laughing too hard. Yeah, so the absurdity, the level of absurdity is immeasurable. This is a story for the ages. So euthanasia is legal in Germany. You can go to somebody who will kill you, but not if you're not vaccinated. We won't kill you if you're not vaccinated. I guess the rest of the sentence is, we simply hope you'll die by getting COVID, you unvaccinated a-hole. Now, if you don't believe me, let me give you the source, The Spectator, printed, issued in England, November 26, 3:19 a.m. Irony has been declared many times in this pandemic, but now from COVID-riddled Germany. By the way, how is Germany COVID-riddled? Isn't it one of the most vaccinated countries in the world? Comes the final proof. You can't kill yourself now unless you've been vaccinated. As European countries battle to limit the spread of the virus, Verein Sterbehilfe, the German... Why do I make it sound like I'm a Nazi official when I talk German? It's not fair to the Germans, I admit it. But I'm laughing at myself, just for the record here. I'll say it sweetly. Verein Sterbehilfe. Okay? That was much nicer, right? I didn't sound like I was an assistant to Goebbels. The German Euthanasia Association has issued a new directive declaring it will now only help those who have been vaccinated or recovered from the disease. By the way, do you know that what they call it? Listen to the statement. Euthanasia and the preparatory examination of the voluntary responsibility of our members willing to die require human closeness. Human closeness, however, is a prerequisite and breeding ground for coronavirus transmission. So the guy killing you might end up dead. There you go. But I think if you're going to die, if you choose to be killed, you could wear a mask. Might be one of the only times that you wouldn't mind wearing a mask. Welcome to the modern age, the age of the absurd. I have a terrific guest who's just walked in the room. He went to the wrong parking lot. Are you embarrassed?
Absolutely.
Give him a microphone. Give him a microphone. Yes.
I'm absolutely humiliated. I reached out.
He's humiliated.
I reached out to Alan Dennis to drop by just to say hello because I'm in town and I know you were sick and I wanted to see you. And Alan said, come in and do a whole hour. This has been my favorite show. I'm a talk radio junkie for my whole life. This is my all-time favorite show. So that is always the thrill of the month or the quarter, if you will. And then I drive to the wrong place. It's just unbelievable. As if I'd never been here before. I was here just 2 weeks ago to see Larry.
I want you to know, I'm speaking to Alex Marlow, editor of Breitbart, one of the greatest websites in the free world. And the interesting thing is, free world is now not the West. It's located in the West, but it's not all the West by any means. We'll get to that in a moment. But I want you to know, Alex, it did enable me to tell the story of the euthanasia ban on the unvaccinated in Germany.
That is
so you
sweet.
You did a service.
That absolutely, and a mitzvah, I believe, for the audience.
You could say that. That is correct.
Happy Hanukkah, by the way.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Today's the second day. Lit my candle last night. Lit my 2 candles, to be precise. Alex Marlow, really, folks, Breitbart, thank God, has an enormous audience. What is your hit numbers?
Probably we reach maybe about 20 million people a month currently, and
that's astonishing.
And it goes up around election time. I think a lot of people are kind of burned out earlier in the year, and it comes back, and I think people are getting very excited again. But that does not include our radio audience, because we're on Sirius XM Patriot every day, 6 a.m. Eastern time. For those of you who wake up early, we're also on podcast now, the Breitbart News Daily podcast, which everyone should check out. And we're huge on social to the extent the tech giants will let us be huge. They censor us, and every one of them, Google is the worst, which probably won't surprise you. And a lot of those people might not even make it to the website. So the footprint is really huge, and I'm sure those of you in the audience who go to Breitbart, we are really grateful.
What does it mean Google is the worst?
So Google cut off all of our traffic to stories about Joe Biden and most stories about Donald Trump, and pretty much anything in the news tab on Google. You'll never get a Breitbart story. And they do this, they did this on a specific day, May the 5th of 2020. They basically turned off Breitbart's ability to reach people via that search engine. Even if we have an original story, an interview with Donald Trump per se, maybe, for example, that we had a scoop, something that we'd reported, you're still not going to find it in Google. You could literally search for Breitbart headlines verbatim in Google, and you won't get a Breitbart result.
We'll be back in a moment. If you want to, don't forget, if you want to kill yourself, Germany is not the place right now if you're not vaccinated.